Let's talk a little bit about dehydration in water, because that's another area that people seem to have a lot of confusion and a lot of questions on. So when it comes to dehydration and water, the question is always, well, really, how much water should I be drinking? There used to be a general rule of 64 ounces or 8 glasses, and that's not a bad general recommendation. It's a great start, but most of us need to be a little bit more specific than that. And I will tell you in which instances that would occur. So typically we should be drinking about 1/2 ounce per body pound of water. Or you could look at it this way, drink half your body weight in ounces of water. It all comes out basically the same. Now, drink more water than that if you have more than 10 pounds of extra body fat. Get an extra couple of glasses. If you're on any medications, including over-the-counter like Advil or anything like that, allergy medication, extra water. During periods of intense heat, I don't really have to mention that, but drink tons of extra water and add plenty of salt to that water. That is going to help avoid cramping, keep you from getting a headache and dehydration. Always drink more water when in doubt. And if you're pregnant and lactating, then those are 2 other times when we would really want to have more water rather than less. And of course, when we're exercising. So probably 6 to 8 ounces every 20 minutes through the workout would be sufficient. If you're doing really intense workouts, it might be even more than that. Work out a plan that you can get what you need, know what your ounces are, work out a plan. Do I need to drink 2 bottles before work because I can't bring my bottle to my desk? Whatever, work it out to your situation, figure it out. Just remember that we don't want to ruin sleep, so try to get the majority of your water by 7 p.m. so it doesn't keep you awake all night. Remember, water and minerals are the 2 most important things when it comes to passing signals from cell to cell. So it's not just the water we need, it's the minerals. I'm going to put a link in the email that I sent to you guys for a mineral supplement that's as easy as adding a few drops to your water, and you get it all. And they're beautiful minerals from the Great Lakes, very important minerals in water. If you ever find yourself headachy and you can't seem to shake it or excessively tired, try adding a pinch of Celtic salt or Himalayan pink salt to a glass of water, let's say 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1/4 of a teaspoon, and that will typically help tremendously. Even if you think you drink enough water, sometimes it's one of the other minerals that will help. Coconut water has a lot of potassium, so that's something that I recommend as well. If people need a little more potassium, and add a pinch of salt to that. Now, a lot of folks want to do something like Gatorade, but honestly, Gatorade is a bunch of cheap electrolytes in a bunch of sugar or artificial sweeteners, and it's really not going to hydrate you the way that we need to be hydrated. So water is important, and salt is important, and minerals are important for signal transmission. So a couple of simple rules about water. Hydrate again throughout the day. More water is better than less. And we are going to talk about what water is actually the best for drinking. That is another question that I get. There's this big to-do about alkaline water, alkaline water, alkaline water. All have some sort of treatment or ions or something pass through them to make them alkaline. But honestly, if you get water right from a spring that has minerals already in it, that water is naturally alkaline. What alkalizes the water are minerals and salt. So if we filter our water with a reverse osmosis type of system, and we know we're pulling out a lot of the chemicals, and it's a pretty clean source of water, as water goes, then the best thing we can do is to add minerals to that water. Just replace what's lost, and you will find that you're getting a lot more of what you need. If you're in a place where you can get spring water from a spring, get as many buckets as you can and fill it up. That is the best water to be had, a nice, cold, natural spring. So honestly, I am not a huge fan of bottled alkaline water, and anytime you have water in a bottle, there are issues, which I will bring up in just a minute. Signs that you're dehydrated are here. If you have any of these signs and they're not typical, you're dehydrated. And hydration, again, is not only affected by water and sodium, but potassium and magnesium are really, really important for the hydration process as well. So keep it clean. If we drink clean water from a clean source and we add minerals, it is much different than getting water from a plastic bottle that is leaching hormone-disrupting chemicals into it and causing us more fat, more metabolic disturbance. So when you're drinking your water, ditch all of those bottles. Just recycle them and get rid of them. Make a pledge right now that you will never drink out of another plastic bottle or eat out of a plastic cup or container again. Because I always make a running joke and I say, one of the best things to do is to go on a BPA-free diet. And don't get fooled by some of the plastic that says BPA-free, because that contains a substance called BPP, which is almost as bad as BPA. It's just a marketing ploy. It is really not any healthier, and we're giving these things to our kids a lot. I understand kids have to have some plastic because you can't give them a glass bowl and a glass cup. But for the most part, if they're walking around with something all day, keep the water in a stainless steel container and pour it when the child is about to drink. Chemicals leach into that water through plastic, through the bottle, and right into that water that are causing all kinds of hormonal disruption. And it's very frightening to think that mothers are, we're finding in the umbilical cords of mothers today, chemicals like this, BPA, they're being found in fetuses that aren't even born yet. Sad, sad consequences of that is that that child is predisposed to obesity before they're even born. So we really have to stop the craziness with this plastic bottle stuff. Stainless steel or glass containers are really the only two safe things to drink out of.